Welcome to the NCU, that is Nerd Culture Undisputed. I am Nick, your host, and today we are going to be talking about WandaVision. If you have not seen WandaVision, please scroll ahead as there will be spoilers. Let's nerd out. Welcome, and today we will be talking about WandaVision. I'm here today with Scott.
Hello.
And Brian.
What's up?
And today, so we're just going to go over these questions and kind of talk a little bit about the show. So, WandaVision, overall thoughts on the actual show? I mean, did you follow? I know there was a couple of parts where I was like, I have no idea what the heck's going on.
No.
I mean,
so the first two episodes, I was texting like Kyle and other buddies. I was like, what am I watching?
Right.
I was like, none of this made sense. Like, I don't understand what am I supposed to be gathering from the show, just because it looked like a 1950s sitcom.
Right.
And that was it. It looks like they just almost made a show. They were like, oh, let's just give them their own little happy, sappy.
It almost seemed like they were just branching time. Like,
Yeah.
you know what? We're going to produce some other stuff here in just a little while. So let's just
Like a filler
let's
show.
just pop 6 weeks of this show in here just for the time
Just
being.
for fun,
Yeah.
to pass time.
The
Exactly.
third episode was make or break for me. Like, was it going to start answering some questions, or were there going to be some patterns that I could latch
yeah.
onto?
Right.
And that's when I really got hooked, because the first two were just confusing.
Absolutely.
But then the third, they kind of started to resolve some things,
Yep.
and I really liked that it was each like a different decade, and there were throwbacks. Like,
Oh,
it
that was
really
great.
Yeah.
meta and genre bending, and the second half kind of started to lose me a little bit. Like,
Really?
Yeah, especially I wasn't thrilled with the last episode. I'm interested to see where it goes.
Fair.
Yeah, so
I think they
that's my
crammed
overall
too much
take.
in there. They
There was
crammed
a-
way too much into that last episode, and it left you like you were like, "Oh my god, oh
Yeah.
my god, I have so many questions."
But I'm
Like-
but I'm the ending guy. Like,
Fair.
I have a hard time being happy with endings.
Being happy with the ending.
Yeah.
So you're
Don't you say?
I'm always.
Are you happy
disappointed.
at them?
I'm disappointed because I never get the happy ending that I'm expecting.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yes,
All right.
that's fantastic.
Other than that, though, I did. I loved the show. I thought after I got to about the third episode and we kept going forward, I was getting way more excited because,
Right.
like you said, like some answers finally were getting, or some questions were finally getting answered. Of course, they're leaving me with more questions, but
You know what I hated the most about it?
Huh.
Was the 9 minutes of credits.
oh my god,
It pissed me
Yeah.
off. So because then you're sitting there and some episodes had like a post-credit thing.
Yep.
Right.
And some didn't.
But not until way later. So,
Right.
like, you had
so you're
given
sitting
up
there watching
on-
7 minutes of credits.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, what is this? And then you feel like you're missing something.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you once you come into the next episode, you're like, well, crap, now I got to go back and watch that post-credit
Yeah.
scene and sit
It was
through.
like the Best Boy Gaff's mom did the credits and was like, "You will sit there and see my son's name."
Yes.
no doubt.
So leading on, we're gonna talk about Agatha. Is that have we seen the last of her or
It
what?
was Agatha all alone.
Yeah.
He's
Stuck
the
in my head.
musician.
Yeah.
Shouldn't he have
I'm
sang
sorry.
that?
I'm
No,
sorry.
that was pretty good. I'm not.
Yeah. See, like a C minus.
I have no
And
idea.
grading.
Oh, great! I was like,
not notes and grading.
well,
C
let's
minus.
compare. Go ahead. Let's hear
It
it.
was Agatha. That song was stuck in my head for like
Oh, I hated
weeks.
it. Oh my god, it wouldn't leave my mind, dude.
No, it was great. And it took me a couple weeks to think to make the connection. It's the Munsters.
Yeah.
Really? Dun, 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 dun. That was it. I couldn't figure out where I knew it from, and that was it.
I like it.
She was awesome. I knew the actress, like I recognized her immediately, but I didn't know what it was from. And then like I had to look up her what she'd appeared in, and I was like, yeah, I guess I knew this. Like,
Step Brothers,
character actor.
right away.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah.
I love, and she's the kind of actress, especially in that setting, that she was not going to have that small of a role. Not that I was
Right.
like, oh,
No.
that's going to be, this person. No, it was just, I was like, there's no way that they just skip over. She's not a,
No.
she's always been I won't want to say this, but a secondary actor, like not a secondary actress, but like a secondary role
Yeah.
in movies and shows. But that one was like, there's got to be something there. She's a
Yeah.
bigger actress than all of these other people
And it kept
in
hinting
this show.
at it because you kept seeing her.
And she was always there,
everywhere.
yep.
And you're
Yep.
like, there has to be something more for you to just keep popping up all the time.
I don't think she's gone from a story perspective, but I also think that Disney would be stupid not to keep her as an actress
Absolutely.
because the reaction that we're having, and I think everybody kind of agreed and was on the same page that she was one of the best parts
Oh, absolutely.
of the whole
I think she
thing.
made that show.
When it
Yeah.
finally
She made the
came-
show. Honestly, I thought she made it.
When it finally came out,
That
it was
reveal.
her.
Right.
Oh my god, it was great.
Right. So
that
leading-
was real satisfying as far as the ending goes, where they took it and it became kind of like action. And I know they had to do that. They had to tie up some loose ends and
Right.
figure out what's going on with Vision. And
good
White
good
Vision.
segue there.
Yeah.
Where'd White Vision go?
He's off finding himself, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean-
there was the moment where his eyes clear up
Right.
because
Normal Vision.
normal vision, 2020 vision,
Right. Yeah, there you go.
yeah. He
Full of the
convinces
puns
him
today.
Who he is, and so I think he's off learning about himself. And
So I got a question. Is
be
he
back.
does he come back as the exact same? Because the way that all of that worked, Vision basically knows everything, right? I mean,
Yeah,
he's an
he does.
android, so he knows like everything. So he's automatically got to come back pretty much exactly the same. He's not going to change, right?
I don't.
Well, he doesn't have. I think when they brought him in, he was more of like a villain, right? But now,
Yeah.
he's
Well, you
gonna
didn't
be the
know.
new
Oh,
Vision.
you're talking about White Vision.
White
Yes.
Vision.
Yeah. He was
Yeah.
more of a villain. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think he'll be the new Vision.
Oh, so you don't think it'll skip a beat straight into
Yeah.
White Vision and just it'll be the new Vision?
I think he'll. I think
Be a
he's
little
gonna be
different?
villain.
Oh, you think he should be a
Well,
villain?
because when you step back and you looked at the show as a whole, everything that's going on in this town is basically just a hallucination of whatever Wanda is thinking and
Right.
wants her life to go.
Right.
Vision's dead, but Vision is still here because she has made Vision, and everybody else in the town she just has a spell over.
Right.
So
Such as her kids.
yeah, such as her kids that she makes and everything. So then you have this other Vision who was made by.
Did she really make her kids?
I think she did. I think she did.
What makes them any different than all the other people that were in that town, though? Like every person was under like brain
Well,
control.
they're like real people that were possessed.
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, did she actually? Are those her kids?
I
Like I know
think-
at the very ending, which is my next question, the
Yeah.
post credit scene where you hear the kids calling for their mom.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that doesn't really make much sense to me. As to
Well, I
she
mean,
made them in that hex. That's
Yeah.
it.
I mean, she definitely had the kids. The couch was in the way, but
Yeah.
she was definitely having the kids. Like that
Right,
the
but
thing.
was that just a spell though?
I think it was. I think it was just. It's just all
Because they made it sound
a
like
spell.
it was Vision's kids, but that again doesn't really make much sense to me.
Well,
because he wasn't.
He wasn't a real person. I mean,
Exactly. She wasn't real. That's what I'm saying. Like he wasn't real, so they're not going to be real. Technically.
right? But then
either,
why at the very end do we hear?
Because we have a multiverse and everything can make sense in this. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess
But-
now honestly Disney has made it to where they get to the MCU has made it to where they get to do whatever they want.
At
This
they really
point,
can.
I think they're going to take every actor and actress in Hollywood and just like
Everyone-
they got a superhero
everybody
role
gets
now.
a role.
Well, it's actually. I think that's worked out really well because when Endgame, when they kind of tied up that whole what was that Phase 4, when
Yeah,
that
right.
Yeah.
when that tied up, everything kind of bottlenecked and they'd resolved a lot. And I think the multiverse thing really. It's cheesy, but it opens things up where they can really go anywhere with any of the characters.
Right. So
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't want to get into to Endgame or anything like that, but we could see Iron Man again.
Could.
I mean, we could see anybody.
We
Yeah.
could see anybody.
Honestly, I mean, it
Yeah.
could be 100%. It could be anybody.
But-
Rhodey, we could see him again. I mean, like,
That was one of the things that kind of bugged me early on in Loki. I don't want to go off on a tangent on
Right.
this too much, but it kind of does that cancel out the value or the stakes of anything that happened? Like Iron Man sacrificed himself, and then you see like the Infinity Stones in the drawer at the
Right.
TVA, and it's like, oh man,
Yeah, like now all of a sudden nothing is really that special, which is why we're talking about going on this little tangent, because at the end the multiverse opens up. Now,
it's hard not to talk about these tangents when there's every story crisscrosses with each other.
right.
at
So
that
could
point.
that have gone like interlocked with the time that Sylvia stabbed the He Who Remains?
that's when all the timelines
When all the
open,
timelines start
right?
going, and then Wanda is sitting there with the multiverse opening up, and then we hear the kids
We hear the
yelling
kids
out.
screaming.
So,
It-
which again
The kids
confused
are
the hell
back.
out of me.
So like the kids are back.
Right.
Yeah, basically just in a different universe. I don't know. To answer your question from earlier, where did White Vision go? I like I said, I think,
we never even answered it.
I know, I
That's
never
all right.
answered it. It's these tangents, man.
I
It's
know,
hard.
I
It's
know.
hard. There's so much in these
We
stories
got lost
now.
in a multiverse.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot in the multiverse. But I do. I think he's going to be a villain just because he's not made from Wanda's mind.
Right.
Okay.
So I think now that he does have that full power, he has the full power and now the mind of Vision.
I guess
See, I'd actually like to see Wanda go bad. I don't know about White Vision, but
Well, I got something on that in just a second. I'll
okay.
talk about that.
okay.
But I do. I think he'll be bad for a little bit of time. Just because with him knowing everything now, I feel like he won't agree with all.
because he
the
doesn't
things.
have the stone.
No, he doesn't
No.
have the stone.
So, and that's what made
Vision.
Vision was
that
the
stone.
stone.
Exactly.
So I do wonder now that I take that back. I
I'm
guess
wondering
he's not going to be the same
I'm
because
wondering if he's
the
gonna
soul
look at things
stone.
different.
Doesn't Old Vision give him the not
No,
like
he
give him
just-
the stone, but he gives him his memories and
He
everything?
gives. That's what I'm saying. He gives him his memories, but I think when he goes back and watches those memories, thinks about them, and tries to go get answers, I don't think he's going to view it the same way our Vision, 2020 Vision did. And I think he won't agree with some things, and he'll go kind of rogue per se. But I think he will come around eventually because, well, he is Vision.
Right. So, and the only reason I would say I don't know if he's going to go bad because we've already had an android go bad. We've already had Ultron.
We had Ultron.
yeah.
So are we about to have? I mean, could he be the next Ultron? Which he could see how because Vision was there, gave him all his memories,
Right.
so he could see where Ultron went the wrong way. I mean, in the comics, we see other things. I can't remember her name, but the one that Ultron is in love with, the other android that he creates. I can't remember her
I can't
name,
remember off
but
the top of my head. But
yeah,
yes.
but we could start seeing some of these other things.
there's so many possibilities.
Right.
So tell me about what you think about Wanda.
So
going
with
bad.
Wanda, I do. I think Wanda is going to kind of steer more down a darker trail, because you kind of look at her life. It's not been good. It's not been pretty.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she wants isolation. It's obviously that's obvious. She wants isolation. That's why she took over this whole entire town
Yeah.
to just make life how she wanted it to be.
Yeah,
And
but wasn't that all solely on Vision? She lost Vision.
Well, she lost
Yeah,
vision, yes, but it gave her the sense of reality in a town. She was able to be with Vision, start a family.
right. I
But
mean, she
I'm
wanted
not
that perfect
sure-
life.
She
but-
controlled it all, though. So it's almost isolation because it's not going to go bad.
Right.
The last couple episodes, once you start to see actually how things went, I have a hard time excusing her or like sympathizing with it. Like I kind of lost sympathy with her
Yeah.
towards the end. It's like
Exactly.
you did some messed up stuff, and I'm not sure you having the sads.
It's gonna, yeah,
Like
exactly.
it's kind
If
of
that
hard to
makes it
walk back
okay.
from that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So and now she's got the chaos magic.
Yep.
So I don't
she's all
see
powerful.
that leading to her
Being
becoming gooder.
Good.
Yeah. You know, like
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and then you have Val. I think Val's going to have a good part in her being bad. Just kind of, I think she's going to somehow get into her head, basically. Like, oh, you can do this.
See, but
You
who
should
does
be
she
able to
really
do
have
this.
anything against, though?
Nobody really. And
So that's my only thing that doesn't tie her into Val because Val comes after people that are down. And I get that Wanda is down.
Yeah.
But they're also like wanting to prove something.
Fair.
They all want to prove something.
They do.
Wanda wants to be left alone and get out of all this
I say
crap.
Wanda has
So
nothing
she'll
to
be
prove.
against anyone that wants to come find her.
Right. So
Almost
exactly,
like a Hawkeye
exactly.
kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if we really, unless there's something else that goes terribly wrong, like maybe somebody takes these new kids away from her, or whatever happens in this multiverse,
Right.
Or maybe that's her way of going and finding her closest thing to her old vision.
Heaven, basically.
Or her old vision. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like now maybe she goes in and uses her chaos magic to go through multiverses and do
Maybe
all
find
kinds of
one
different.
that like she died in, but Vision didn't.
It's possible.
That'd be interesting.
That would be interesting.
She'll take that,
I mean,
she'd take that void over, basically.
right. So, I mean, I think that that's where we're going to see her go because you could tell that she wasn't really in it.
No.
She wasn't. And the only thing that kept her in it was people dying, her brother, and then Vision. And everything kind of kept her in there based solely on that. And then they went to what, Paris or something? Was it her and Vision in.
No, it was
Infinity War.
Yeah.
They were off
go.
somewhere.
Yeah, they were. I think it was
cross seas.
Yeah, so they went overseas and they were fine. Everything was great.
It's an isolation, I'm telling you.
But then they came after her.
Yep.
So the only time that Wanda does anything
Is when
somebody comes after her.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So I wonder if she's going to go like I don't know if we're going to see her very much unless it's a different variant of her. I don't think we're going to see that Wanda in very many more. It may look like her and it may be the same actress, but I just don't think we're going to see that Wanda.
That version of Wanda.
Yeah, because
I'd like to see her in the Doctor Strange movie, man.
Oh, I'm
For
sure she
real.
that
will.
would be
She
awesome.
Hey, well, if it's broken down into wizards and what do you say? Wizards and
Witches is what she technically is
Yeah.
a witch.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think she's going to be. I think they've already already
they've
been announced that,
that
she's going to be.
Is. It's
But-
just not
sweet.
the role of how she's going to do it is
right.
still a
So,
question.
but they've already talked about how powerful Doctor Strange is that nobody really understands.
yeah.
I don't think anybody really understands how powerful he really is.
Well,
He's a genius.
In Infinity War, when he's sitting there like wigging out, and
Right.
he saw all the different. So is he seeing all those timelines that could be that the TVA is pruning back?
Yeah, could be.
You think he was able to see all like the
Well, he had the time stone.
Right.
I know, but you
So
think,
why wouldn't he?
You think he was able to see the ones that branched off after
It's possible
Sylvie,
because he
killed
did
his
say that
revenge?
this is the only version of us winning, is
Winning.
if this happens, and so yeah, it could be. He
Yeah.
could be seeing all kinds of stuff, just like I have some other theories that I've been kind of thinking about of those Infinity Stones. People touching the gauntlet and
you think people are start going just snap crazy?
well, no, I mean like we really don't know because and I feel like everything has gone down a notch since we've seen so many of those stones in the drawer at the TVA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's also theories of Captain America touching the Yellowstone, the Soul Stone, and them looking into his soul, seeing everything he's gone through, and Thanos being able to see it. And that's also in the comics of him. All you have to do is touch near it, and it was able to allow that.
Just
So
allow that view.
right. So
Really?
and that's why Thanos looked at him the way he did when he was holding him back and everything else was because he was
Okay.
looking, going like, oh my, this dude's been through so much, and he's just a human.
Right.
That's it. He's just a person.
Huh.
But one last question, just real fast. Do you guys feel with everything moving forward? I wonder how much longer we're really going to see like the humans. Like, I mean, just
Like the Clints, like the Hawkeyes, basically.
right. Like, I mean, we're almost because there's.
When does
We're going
everyone
so much
become-
more,
Yeah.
mutants and aliens and
Alien,
variants
you're a
and
god,
stuff
you're
like
a
that.
witch.
Right.
Yeah.
So I wonder how much longer. We'll dig into that one maybe a little later on a different episode, but we'll that's just a little tad bit there, but
Little tease.
yeah, just a little tease for maybe the next one. I don't know, but today, I mean, unless you guys got anything else. This has been the NCU, Nerd Culture Undisputed. And I hope you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. And just keep on nerding out.